What is going on, guys? Welcome to part 2 of the Fortajah bar build. So in part 2 we're going to be building the background of the bar, and here you can see that I've imported a circle. So I worked quite quickly on this part. So originally I pressed F to fill, and then I took it back, and then I just had the circle itself, and then just pressed E for extrude. Then we're going to select all vertices, just scale it up to what you would like it to look like. And then we're going to go ahead and press E for extrude again, which makes the loop. Now in this part I'm doing the colours of it and what it would look like, or how I would like it to look. I kind of took the shine off it a little bit. Well, I wanted it to be more of a solid black than anything. So of course I've turned the spectacle down. Spectacle? I can't pronounce that, sorry. Yeah, we're just going to hit smooth there as well and just bring it back to where we need it to be. And you notice it's a little bit too small at the minute, so I'm just going to scale it up. And then we're just going to bring it back to the wall so that it's in the correct position. Then we're going to add a square here as well. This is going to act as our shelf. So we're just going to scale this down to the size of the circle that we've got there, or the loop. I did 3 shelves, I think it was originally, and then I changed it to 4. Can't quite remember. So I'm just going to scale that as we need it, making sure that it fits within the loop. And then we're going to change it to the colour of the actual loop itself. Now this part is Shift D to duplicate. And then we're just going to scale the next shelves accordingly as we would like them. You can do as many shelves as you'd like. And then I think I made these a little bit thicker as well, just at the base. Just checking it out to see how it looks. Okay, so this is the point I think I made the mirror. Rotating 90. If you guys want to do that, if you've got a number pad on your keyboard, or you've just got, I think it would work with regular keyboards. Just click R for rotate and then press 90 on which axis you would like it to rotate on, and it will rotate for you at 90 degrees. So we're just placing the mirror up against the back right here. And we're just clicking E for extrude, just to give it a little bit of body. And just placing it back, just slightly as well. Okay, so right here I'm going to select everything. Going to move it into the position that I would like it to be. And then we're hitting Shift D for duplicate again. Just move this one over a little bit because we want the third one in the middle. And I adjust these a few times just to make sure that they actually sit properly. Notice that I'm trying to line it up with the bar a little bit. And noticing that it's just slightly out. It doesn't have to be perfect. I gave myself creative freedom for this, so there's no measurements. And then of course we're going to hit Shift D again to duplicate that into the middle. And just get that central. of course we're going to make the mirror right here. Okay, so at the moment I'm just going to go ahead and adjust everything to where I'd like it to be. And then I'm going to add the mirror at the back, or at least the mirror type backdrop. Just trying to get everything central to the bar at the moment. And here we go. So you're going to turn the metallic all the way up, the spectacular, that I can't pronounce, all the way down, the roughness all the way down as well, so it's got a shine to it, and then the sheen as well. Oops, sorry, that's just an email popping up at the bottom there. Get rid of that. Alright, so we're making the mirror a bit greyer. At this point I'm just messing around with the settings. You can do this in any way that you like. If you find some way better than I can, do it. Okay, so at this point we're just changing it from EV to cycles, and eventually find it. There we go. And you can see that the bar's now got reflections, the floor's got reflections, and the mirror at the back's got reflections. Now at this point I wanted to change the mirror to more of a clear instead of cloudy type of mirror. I wanted it to open the room up a little bit. Now at this point you can see that I start deleting things and I start moving things around. You don't have to do this is just my personal preference. I just felt that it didn't look right to me. So to delete things, you're just pressing DEL in the keyboard for delete. But at this point, as I said previously, I placed 4 shelves rather than 3, I decided in the end. I'm also making the edges a lot thicker. So we're going to be placing a new cube here. This is going to act as the back bar So at the moment I'm just getting it in position, getting it scaled up to where I need it to be, and also I want it to be the height of the bar so that it doesn't look odd at the back. So you see me adjusting it, making sure that it's in the right position that it needs to be in, and also bringing it forward to make sure that it matches the bar. And that should be just about right there. Now I'm going to bring it back again. Now of course I'm going to want this the exact same colour as the bar so that it matches the theme. And we're just going to change the colour here to a black. Going on to edit mode now. Just going to give it some shape. So we're going to be making shelves here, so you want to press Ctrl R to do this. E for extrude, just to bring out the lip of the desk a little bit. And then we're going Ctrl R and scroll wheeling so that we can divide this into quarters. And Ctrl R again just to do the sides and the bottom. Ctrl R to do the top. And then we're going to make the shelves in the middle, so we're going to go Ctrl R, and at this point I just did midway shelves. So we're going to go and select the faces. Oops. I need to do another Ctrl R, otherwise the face extrude isn't going to work. There we go. Just select all the faces that you need, and then we're going to click E for extrude and drag them back. Now we're going to select the top counter and change the colour of this as well so that it matches the bar. Give it a little bit of reflection too. You've noticed that I've not clicked assign yet. So I have to go back again, click assign, and I realised that I made a little bit of a mistake and I haven't actually clicked assign on it. Turn the metallic up a little bit so that it gets a little bit of shine and the roughness down. And the sheen as well. There we go, so it's got a little bit of a mirror matching the bar. I think that looks pretty good for what it is. And now the white part, we're going to change to match the bar again. So I think I went for a dark brown, and I think I eventually turned it to black in the end. Turning down the shine on it as well so it doesn't take priority over everything else. And then we're just going to edit the shelves as well and assign those to any colour that you wish to. I do the undershelves as well. I mean, not a lot of people are going to see those unless you're doing animations, but I do it just in case I want to do some animations back there for whatever reason. Generally by animations, I generally mean like camera animations. So if you've got cameras panning across a scene, you're not going to want something that looks unfinished. So here we're going to move the circular shelves again. Just get them into the right position. And we're doing the same thing as last time. We're just getting them where we like them, how we'd like them to look. I think that's pretty sweet. Scale them up a little bit, S for scale. Place them in the middle. We're going G for moving things. And then we're pressing Shift D for duplicate. It all looks pretty sweet actually. Now you see later that I put borders on the mirror itself, so that it kind of, I don't know, it makes a buffer zone between the wall and the mirror, because it looks a little bit too flat for me. So of course I've changed the walls in the background to black, because it's more a punk themed bar. Now at this point I'm experimenting with colours. I'm seeing what works for the bar, what looks better with the bar itself. You'll see me do this a few times. It's totally up to you what you have your colours as. See, the bar's theme was red, blue and black and gold, I think it was. So at this point I'm experimenting with purples, seeing whether that could be a theme. And I think I'll leave it like this just for a while, just whilst I sort everything else out. It is a very striking purple, but in the end I don't choose purple. Okay, so at this point we're going to work with the lighting. As you've seen in the original picture, there's a boundary and a little bit of a border around the mirror at the back, so all the lighting's actually under the border. At this point in the tutorial, we're just going to leave the lighting the way that it is. It's just a bit experimental, and then later on I will teach you how to do the lighting properly. So it's just about adjusting the settings, feeling what feels right for you, more than anything. What I don't like about the reflection of the lights is you get this kind of white ball on the mirrored objects, and that kind of annoys me a little bit. Not quite figured that one out yet. So yeah, I do the lighting just behind the shelving here as well, just to give it a little bit of I don't know, what do you call it? A de-shadowing, a softer shadow. Obviously this isn't soft shadows right now, there'll be lights above, but this was kind of one of the things that I was going for. I didn't want any shadows in the background, I wanted a lot of highlights, more than anything, on the back of the bar. So we just shift D-ing here for duplication. Just multi-selects them all and then Shift D. It's a lot easier than doing Shift D for every single object. And then we're just going to hit delete. on the two at the end, and then you should have this. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to select them all, and I believe that at this point that I bring them up to the top as well. So Shift D, yep, straight up to the top, and this is what it looks like. And of course I put lights at the front as well to get rid of some of those harsh shadows. There's a lot of clipping going on there. So then again, I'm just adjusting the colours just slightly. I don't know if you guys want to watch this, but it's just a lot of tinkering around and just getting to know what stuff looks like. But I guess it's good because if you're starting out, then you can kind of get an idea of what other people do. And at this point I'm choosing the gold, which you can see at the end of the tutorial. Making it a little bit metallic and shiny. Placing the roughness down as well. And I think it looks a lot better like this. Okay, so we're going to add the boundary that's around the back of the mirror right now that I mentioned earlier. So we're just going to get a new cube, just shape it into more of an oblong shape, and we're just going to place it just before the lights, so that the lights sit between the wall and this boundary. And then we're going to scale it and add it to where we need it to be added to. Just adjusting the volume of my my music there. Of course you guys can't hear the music that I play because I get done for copyright by YouTube. So I have to add my own music to the background. They're non-copyright specialist kind of music that they do. So we're going to add that there, and then I'm going to bring it up to the top as well. And I think later on I do a little bit of editing on this. Change it to black to match the theme. Just try to select the vertices here so that I can pull them around the desk so that they match the desk. It's just real fiddly with the wall being in the way. I should have really brought this forward a little bit and done it that way. But me being me, I like to do it like that. So there you go, it curves around the desk so that the light's not going out of the side, it's literally going straight up to the rings at the top. And that's what it looks like. Alright, so now we have all that set up. I'm actually going to change the colours of the bar at the minute to more of a gold theme. So we're just going to select the faces here, holding down shift so that we can select multiple faces. And we're just going to make a new face colour here. So we're going to go with the gold to match the rings at the top. Now you'll notice the other side of the bar is not changing colour. This is because that side of the bar is going to actually be deleted afterwards, and I'm just going to duplicate the gold bar that I've currently got, and then I'm going to flip it so that it becomes a horseshoe bar again, so that both sides of the bar match. Now this is a personal choice, you don't have to do this, but it's just how I've decided to do my bar. But if you really wanted to, you couldn't, if you didn't want to do the punk look, you could do a different look, different colour palette. It's totally up to you, this is your design. Just adjusting the lighting a little bit here. Now I notice that the lighting doesn't pop up straight away. That's because my computer's processing a lot, so it's going to take a lot longer for things to start popping up. Either that, or the light's not bright enough for the scene. So we're going to take this, we're going to go Shift D, duplicate it, and then we're going to right click or left click depending on what side you're using. And we're going to mirror this on the Y global axis, bring it together, so we're coming up to near 28 minutes in now. This is what you should have. Thank you for watching the tutorial, and in the next tutorial I will be teaching you how to do the bar details and bar glasses. Have a good day.